And when we read the history, we come to know, and most of the scholars say, that Masjid Aqsa was built by Adam alayhi salam. Then it was rebuilt by Abraham alayhi salam. Later on, the main building was started construction by Dawud alayhi salam. It was completed by Sulaiman alayhi salam. And later, in 587 BC, the Babylonians came and conquered Jerusalem. The king of Babylonian, Nebuchadnezzar, he conquered Jerusalem and he destroyed Masjid Aqsa. For the Jews, since Sulaiman alayhi salam made Masjid Aqsa, they called it as the Temple of Solomon. It was sacred for them also. Later on, in 167 BC, the Jews, they rebuilt it. And in 70 CE, the Romans, they came and again they conquered Jerusalem and they destroyed the Masjid Aqsa. And so much so they were against the Jews and the Muslims that they made the compound of Masjid Aqsa a plain ground. And they used it only for dumping filth, dirt and muck. It was later on, in 637 or 638 CE, the second Caliph of Israel, second Caliph of Islam, Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he liberated Jerusalem as well as Masjid Aqsa. The Christian patriarch, Sophronus, he said, I will only give the keys of Jerusalem to the leader of the Muslims. And Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he came all the way to Jerusalem, took the keys, and without bloodshed, he liberated Jerusalem as well as Masjid Aqsa. And he identified the spot where the Prophet had prayed. He cleared it. He cleaned it with his own hands. And he made a makeshift mosque and he prayed there. More than 50 years later, in 692 CE, it was the Umayyad Khalifa, Abdul Malik bin Marwan, who constructed the Dome of the Rock, the golden dome that we see, that is made on the foundation next to Masjid Aqsa. He constructed that. And it was with the Muslims for a long period, for more than 450 years, until the first Crusaders came in 1099 CE. And the Crusaders, when they won the battle, they conquered Jerusalem and they massacred all the Muslims. Even after winning the battle, they massacred almost all the Muslims and they killed them, the innocent Muslims. The bloodshed that they spilled is known in history. But Alhamdulillah, 88 years later, Salahuddin Ayyubi, in 1187, he again, in the Battle of Hattin, he liberated Jerusalem. And the Christians were afraid that this Muslim leader now will take revenge and massacre all the Christians also, like what they had done 88 years back. But Alhamdulillah, the world knows that there was a sparkling difference between Salahuddin Ayyubi, Allah have mercy on him, and the Crusaders. He forgave everyone. So much so that he said that all the non-Muslims can practice their religion in Jerusalem if they want to stay. The Christians were allowed to stay there and practice their faith. The Jews were allowed to stay and practice their faith. All those who wanted to go to their country anywhere else, they were given safe passage. So much so that even the non-Muslims, they loved him. And he's revered for his humanity, for his mercifulness, for his forgiveness, both by the East and the West, by the Muslims as well as the non-Muslims.